Hi, everybody. I wanted to talk a little bit about how to channel some of the negative energy that we might be experiencing because of the crisis at hand, right? We can certainly get caught up in the anxious feelings, the worry. I mean, it's unavoidable that we're going to worry, right? Like, there's so much at stake. People are losing jobs. People are losing enormous amounts of money due to stock market crashing and unpredictability for the future, as well as if you're not worried about that because you have a stable income, you might be worried about your children, how they might be absorbing the situation, the lifestyle changes of having your kids at home and social distancing. Just so much going on. So yesterday I talked a little bit about mindset of the marriage and how to protect it through this time, and I provided some tips on that. But then, I wanted to really talk a little bit also of what you can do as an individual to help you through this time. So, of course, there's all of those tips that I have posted before about self-care of like sleep and exercise and vitamins and probiotics and what you eat and meditation, and all of those things are incredibly important to maintain our cortisol levels down, right? Some people might experience like their nerves are shot right now because of so much worries that they're going through, and unavoidably leaving you with a feeling of just being on edge all the time, right? Like every little thing might strike a chord. So I've been really thinking what message to provide about that, and the person that came up to mind for me, just out of admiration, was Viktor Frankl. He was a survivor of the Holocaust, and he wrote a book that really impacted me, and there's some quotes I want to share about that book, and to just kind of break down what they mean and how we may be able to use that through this time. The first one is that those that have a why to live can bear almost anything. This guy went through the Holocaust and he survived it, and so he talked a lot about the psychology of those that made it emotionally, even after surviving the horrors that they experienced. And he talked about how people found a purpose, and the people that found the purpose, which is the why that he's talking about in that quote, was love and caring for others. There's this quote in his book also: "The salvation of a man is through love and in love." And I really become emotional when I say that quote, because it really touches almost everything that I believe, especially why I do what I do as a professional. Is because I do believe that with the health of a relationship, we can really impact the future generations, our community, and everything, right? And while there's of course things that we can do to show love outside of our home, right? Like, I of course also suggest the idea of caring for others that you may know that might need a hand, like an elder. If you know that is an elder that needs a hand, reach out to them, see if they have what they need, or at least if they don't have an emergency contact, if maybe you might be that person if they start experiencing any symptoms, little things like that. Or if you read a post of somebody like, hey, I don't have any wipes, like a friend of mine did, and then somebody was kind enough, one of his neighbors was kind enough to give him a set of wipes until he was able to buy some when the stores were restocked. So, those are the little things that make our community survive these things, and really make us feel like we belong, right? So in essence, the message is that when we are in constant fear about what's happening, and we start really internalizing those fears, we begin to really sometimes think about what's best for yourself. And hey, you have to do what's good for you, and you have to do those self-care things that I was mentioning before and in my other posts and memes. But sometimes when we also expand that idea to what is your purpose as a human, and what can you do in order to help others in your house, your spouse, your children, your neighbors, and any other level of the community. That can really create a total difference on how you might feel through this time. It won't take all the fear away, but it will really give you some rest, some respite, and a good feeling about how you're focusing through this time, where you're putting your energy. It might create a huge sense of purpose, appreciation, and just feeling good about what you're doing good for others, right? Because it does feel good to help others. So at the same time, that has also a biological benefit of lowering your cortisol levels. So it's shown through those results that it does also benefit your body, right? So I wanted to remind everybody of that, of how love can really help us significantly through these times of fear, and to remember that above all, we need a sense of belongingness and a sense of purpose. So I hope you can keep this in mind through this time, to remember that spiritually we need also to focus on what we can do for our well-being and the well-being of others. Take care. I hope you stay safe and healthy through this time. And my name is Sofia Rabirosa, a marriage counselor here in Plantation, Florida. Take care. Bye.